This is from Tides of Change. The night that Monica, or sorry, what's her name? Molly broke the bottles, was beating on my vehicle, smacking it and slamming it. And of course, this is all to control Tom. We've got a few calls where she was talking to Lotham, for example. She called Lotham and tried saying that Tom had dementia and didn't know where he was at and didn't know who he was and shit. We've got that recorded on here too. This is, I don't know, the third or fourth situation by that point that I'd had to deal with Lotham in specific just over the Molly situation. That started over a year ago now. Over a year ago. Now at this time I was trying to turn in 2 stalkers. I hadn't really had any Farnsworth issues. I think that was like my second or third month here that started. Anyway, this guy in the Dolphin that stalked me here, I was trying to turn him into Monica. This is our third or fourth appointment that this is recorded from. Now the picture on the front of here, there's some racists that typed a bunch of really nasty, nasty stuff at me. They also send me pictures. This harassment's been going on, well, since before Natalie was killed, but it was after Natalie got killed that it really, really got fucking serious. And I was trying to tell you all how serious it was before she got her brains blown out. Now this video was from October 1st of 2022. And I was trying to keep these recordings private. You can tell I got them on a recording device. But this is October 1st of 2022 that this happened. This guy had stalked me from Hood River back then, and I talked to Monica at Tides of Change. And I talked to Officer Martinez. Let's back it up.
Option, press 9. To send this message now, press pound. Message delivered. If you know your party's extension number, enter it now. For the directory, press pound. If you are calling from a rotary type telephone, please
forward it. Maybe to there. The officer only wanted to focus on the dude with the Dolphin RV, so. That's right, he only wanted to focus on the guy with the Dolphin RV. So we did focus on it. I sat there and tried to explain it to him while he talked over me pretty much the entire time. I tried explaining that I'm disabled and that I can't function because I'm stuck in public. And I got paperwork on this guy, James Murphy. I keep having officers say stuff like, well, you can't do it in your car. No, I can't do it in my car. I cannot do it in my car. No matter how many times they suggest that or ask the question, they need to stop asking those questions. Obviously not, or I wouldn't fucking call them. Anyway, this is the way that I know how to do this. Over the internet. This is the tools that people gave me as far as fighting back against these son of a bitches. Now let's take a look at what kind of paperwork we got here. We do know this man's name. We also know his license plate number. And this, I'm going to be given his license plate number as well, I believe. If not, it's in several of my videos. I just got to go back and find them. There are seriously a lot of them. He wrote that I was in jail for murder, which I wasn't. He typed that he's worried that people are believing the things I'm saying about him and that they're going to come and hurt him. Well, people do actually come and hurt me over the things that he says and over the things the police say because they don't want to do their jobs. Now, obviously, I did go to Officer Martinez. I did go to Monica Bernal at Tides of Change. And obviously, this guy James Murphy has been doing this for over a year. Just here in Tillamook, over a year. James Murphy. He followed me here last year from Hood River. So, of course, I'm not happy about it. Now, for me getting blown off by all these services, and if they do allow me a room, I already know that someone's going to come in and start yakking at me. I already know they're not actually going to listen to the words that are coming out of my mouth, and they're going to start going off. I need them to take an inventory of the issues that are going on, an inventory of it, so they're aware of how impossible it is for me to do these things. I need to turn in predators. When I try to give them an inventory of the issues that I've got and what my disabilities are and what that actually entails, they don't have the time to listen to it. Now, of course, I've been telling y'all about this guy driving by honking, driving super slowly, creeping on me. And you get to see this. I'm the one being abused. I'm the one being stalked. He already knows to leave me alone, but who cares? The cops didn't want to do their jobs. And then they wanted to bully me instead of helping me. Now, at first, they talk nice. They really do, but they try to talk you out of it. Or they promise you that they're going to do something, but then they never come back. Tides of Change, Monica, she could have let me have a room to use to sit down and write down what I needed to. She could have allowed that. Tides of Change should have a room for that. A room for a victim to sit down in peace and quiet. Someone who has PTSD from being victimized by the public shouldn't be forced into public to do these things. Now, of course, this guy here, this right here, this is James Murphy, same guy. So we're going to play this recording and you can listen to it. You see the pigsty that I live in? It's beautiful, isn't it? It's beautiful. The recording device that this is on is buried somewhere in my vehicle. I don't know where. I've spent a lot of money in the last few days, just the same as I do every month when I get payday. And I have to hire addicts to help me because they're the only ones that actually will. Sometimes. Everybody else will try to pawn me off on care. Stop pawning me off. Care won't do anything unless someone goes in with me and says, take it seriously. This shit is happening. Very clear and present danger and has been continuing to pull her onslaught of bullshit. Now this is at the same park I'm at now. Same exact one, you see? You see? Same place. Except I think I'm a couple of spots over. After this, we'll listen to some of the racist comments I got to deal with. Some of the homophobic comments and harassment. I keep thinking about this 16-year-old girl in Texas. And what she's probably having to go through right now.
Pound. Message delivered. If you know your party's extension
I think
number,
this is the part I wanted
now.
to play
For the directory, press pound. If you are calling from a rotary type telephone, please say...
Fucking why do they have to make it complicated? Why can't you just talk to a person? It's fucking alright, so we're calling... Alright, so we'll get on to the next one, right? We're down to a little little under 50% battery on that, and we're down to 30% battery on this. If the police made it accessible to turn in our predators, but they don't, I'm homeless. This one's 2 hours long distance from yesterday. And because of the situation last night, it don't matter how much I wanted to keep it private, I can't. Yeah, Molly, I tried keeping it private. I tried taking care of the Molly situation and the guy with the dolphin. They wanted to separate them, one issue and another. The way the police treated me the first time, they should have done some investigating. Instead, I got bullied by the people who, well, some of the people who run Fred Meyer's. Now, some of them were also nice to me. There were also a few of them that were even witnesses to it. Like most of the Scudder family, and people like Dallas Palmer and a lot of his friends. Now, the police officer only wanted to focus on the guy in the Dolphin. Who's the guy in the Dolphin RV? That would be James Murphy. Now, if the police had done jobs and allowed me a place where I could sit down and do this, or Monica had done so, instead of her wanting to rush me during a phone call to do this over the phone at like 3:45, moments notice, had no place to go and sit down with the evidence, didn't have my computer set up, nothing, had no way to even be able to do that. And she wanted to call me and she wanted me to rush through the call. And that's not okay. Like, immediately after this meeting, that would have been the appropriate time to allow me a room to sit down and do this in. But she didn't. The officer only wanted to focus on the dude with the Dolphin RV, so Molly is a very clear and present danger and has been continuing to pull her onslaught of bullshit. I had the recording device in my man purse at the time. This is when I could still carry it. Every time I move, I have to start over with trying to get they make me get a mental health specialist and apply for housing and so on and so on. You know what, if you're on vacation and an at-risk adult is with you and they are harmed, I would like to know that even though they're in a different state, that they're still going to have the rights of a human being. And that's obviously not the case. I shouldn't have had to been bullied into trying to get housing here, bullied into changing my ID over here and getting my license plate over here. And I get that it wasn't just the police who did that. All of these places have literally been denying me the right to turn in a fucking police report or even adequate allocations to do so, to even write one, or an appropriate place to sit down and do it. These places that are supposed to help us have all the resources that we need, but they won't allow us access. Instead, they're going to allow us somebody who's going to talk over us, or they'll allow us to speak and then they'll start talking over us, showing that they didn't hear a word we said. Now, this is a recording about this 16-year-old girl in Texas. I'm going to try to dig out that other device. She's probably having to go through. Hopefully right this now doesn't die on me. Because Hood River didn't want to do shit. The Dalles didn't want to do shit. They wanted to victimize me for trying to get help. And every single one of these times, these people got away with victimizing me because I had to go in alone. Hello. How are you doing? That's Monica Bernal. She's a very nice lady. Well, I don't have any money to pay my insurance, so if I lose my vehicle, I lose all of the evidence. It's kind of the whole point of running around for the last 6 years, trying to get Now, the insurance is super important, don't get me wrong, but stopping the abuse is going to help it so that I don't have to spend as much money running around to services that do shit.
Still having to deal with victimization by people here in town. I gotta be able to turn that in, but I can't turn it in solo because I'm a homeless person. So, what is your insurance do?
You notice how she doesn't focus at all on the abuse.
I was pretty sure it is. Well, we're on Saturday, so would it be due like Monday? Yeah, today is Friday.
One of the churches ended up taking care of that, by the way.
See how overwhelming just the insurance shit is for me? I can barely function. I have to run around and get all of these resources before I can turn my creditors in. For 7 days. What's your insurance? Insurance.com. Make sure that I'm telling the truth on that, though, because that's $60. Yes, ma'am. I think it's $60. You ask Karen.
It's like 67, I think.
Filled out their paperwork, but they wanted me to go fill it out again, so I did. That's the first thing I asked them about. What did they say? They changed the subject and pointed me in the direction of other services, including here.